The message from the Special Envoy that a resumption of political dialogue is essential, and he maintains that all parties in the conflict that he's spoken to in the past 4 weeks agree. But the portrait too of a nation on knife edge, one in which a single violent event could consume attempts at conciliation.
Our concern is simple, that any of these developments would at a single stroke take peace off the table.
The US ambassador picked up on her recurrent theme that Iran is waging a proxy war in the region through the Houthi opposition. In December, she displayed the fragments of missiles fired at Saudi targets that she maintained were supplied by Iran, and this year escorted the entire Security Council to view what she described as evidence.
The Houthis didn't just figure out on their own how to build and fire ballistic missiles more than 1,000 kilometers to hit the Saudi capital. Iran is supporting them. This council taking action to stop the flow of arms to the Houthis would be a step forward, helping to resolve this war.
In his response, the Russian ambassador pointed out that civilians on both sides of the Saudi-Yemen border were under threat.
Moscow emphatically condemns indiscriminate strikes whose victims are civilians. We also categorically reject ballistic missile strikes against populated areas on Saudi Arabia's soil.
All Security Council members, though, united on the need for dialogue and welcoming the Special Representative's pledge to deliver a framework within 2 months. There's one cause for optimism. The Houthi opposition boycotted talks with the previous Special Representative, accusing him of bias. But it appears willing to engage with the man who's just been appointed. The UN's humanitarian chief warned that the coming rains could herald a massive cholera outbreak and asked all parties inside and outside Yemen to allow greater access for food and medical supplies. The stark fact facing the Council that while political resolution remains in limbo, more than 8 million people in Yemen are facing famine. Hanna, Al Jazeera, United Nations.